on Friday. So Bitcoin and crypto news for 4/30/2018. Today is actually my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, old man. He is born in 49, so he's 69 today. Crazy to think of how old he is. But so we see here, first thing I always look at here is on the top left, I look to see how many different cryptos there are. We're at 1,589. So this is kind of in line with how many we've had. We've been between 1565 and 1590. I like actually when the amount of cryptos don't go up. I think there could be a short-term correction if the number of cryptos goes up a lot in a short period of time, because I think the SEC is eventually going to go after them. So I don't like the fact when there's so many cryptos. I actually like the fact when you look at that number and it's not increasing. I think that's a good thing. So we see the number for the last couple of weeks not increasing. I think that's a good thing. That means there might be some shutdown, or the SEC basically is not allowing a lot of ICOs, or maybe people that are doing ICOs that are really, really suspect ICOs are cutting back a little bit. So I like that a lot. That's very, very good for me to see. Okay, so then I look at market cap. Market cap continues to rise. We're at 430 billion. 430 billion is a pretty good number here. We've gotten up, and we'll look at the 7-day, and we'll look at the 1-day chart of market cap. So market cap 430. We got as high as about 815 billion. So the high was about 815, maybe it's 817 billion, and then the low was 240 billion. So a 50% retracement from high to low would be about 1050, which would be about 1050, which would be about 5.25. So I think there's still a lot of more potential upside here. So that's good. Bitcoin dominance continues to shrink. 36.7%. So Bitcoin relative to the market, I actually had a prediction that I thought Ethereum market cap was going to overtake Bitcoin, but with ICOs being, looked at more, scrutinized more, the chance of that happening is probably not. So if I go in here and I look at the market cap over the last day and the last 7 days, loading. So last 7 days, we're kind of close to the highs here, getting close to that 425 billion. So a lot of times we'll go through like these ranges. So you can tell we're in a range here between, maybe 440 billion to 375. This isn't, higher highs and higher lows. So if you're looking at the whole market cap, a lot of the charts are not going to make higher highs, higher lows. We might see a lot of charts when we go in here and look at triple confirmation. We might see some things getting back into the cloud and now breaking the cloud to the upside again. Retests of the cloud are effective strategies. They're just not as effective as other strategies. Let's go look at the 1 day here. And 1 day actually selling off a little bit from the highs. In the last 1 day, we got up to about 438, got down to about 421, now currently at about 431. Over the last month, today is last day of the month, not last day of the quarter though. So last day of the month. And you can see in the month, this is close to the high of where we've been. We got up to roughly about 438 billion. So this is close to the highs, not exactly on the highs, but very, very close to the highs here. As we see here, stagnant period in this consolidation phase right here. And then what happened? We ripped to the upside, and now we're consolidating a little bit more. So we're slowly starting to climb higher. It's not like this upward trajectory that we had, in September or December, but we are starting to climb higher. So let's go back into CoinMarketCap. So we go down here and you kind of see what's going on. EOS down 7%. We sent out a trade alert in EOS last week. There's news that it might become a little bit more centralized. That's probably why it's getting hit a little bit today. So a little bit of a correction here in EOS. It's still the 5th biggest coin. Market cap is 15 billion. So it's got an edge on Cardano by about 6 billion. Bitcoin up 0.36% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum a little bit higher. Ripple unchanged. Bitcoin Cash unchanged. Tron outperforming the market, up 14%. Once again, guys, when you have a coin that's 10 cents for it to move 14%, it's not that hard up or down. QTOM is one that I've liked before in the past. We can look at a chart of that. This is actually one I have never heard of before. Etinity. Never heard of that one. Nano, I have a position on a Nano. I have a position on a Neo. Those are both up today. I have a position in H-Share. I have about 15 coins. ZRX, I have a position. So let's go to gainers and losers here. So volume, guys, we continue to talk about the volume. I like to see the volume higher. The higher the volume, the more that I think there's more people buying it than there are selling it. So the higher the volume, I like when a volume's really, really high. We saw the market cap get down to about 420 billion, 240 billion, and then we actually saw that volume really dip off. One day I think I saw it at 9 billion. This is a pretty big number. I think the highest I've seen it is 38 billion. So 29 billion, almost 30 billion in the last 24 hours. That's good volume. That's good to see in the cryptocurrency space. Let's see what's trending over the last 24 hours. We have our losers and we have our gainers. So biggest gainers, Internet of Things. I've heard of that. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It's $1,200. Wow. You barely, look at that, guys. That's crazy. Oh, the volume is only 54,000. And you're talking about this, guys, when you're looking at things that trade a lot, you got to be very, very skeptical of trending. So you can just go into CoinMarketCap and see what's trending. Two very things to be skeptical on. One, with a price under 50 cents, it doesn't really take much to move it. A lot of those could be pump and dumps. Also, the volume as a dollar amount. $54,000 is literally about 40 coins here. Okay, 40 coins traded in the last 24 hours. So if you're looking to trade Internet of Things and you're like, oh my god, I need to get into this thing, it's up 57%, it's $1,200. Take in consideration, if you go buy $5,000 that you're single-handedly going to move the price point. As you see here, a lot of the big names, a lot of the big movers, these are all less than 50 cents. Just be very, very careful. I don't trust any crypto that trades less than $1 million in a day. All these trade less than $1 million. So just be careful. So biggest gainers, ATM chain. No, I've not heard of that. Haven't heard of any of these. Biggest losers. Another spin-off of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Plus. Why they have so many Bitcoins, I don't know. Life. Z Classic. I've heard of Z Classic. So nothing really that I've heard of here, guys. So if you're looking for gainers, you can always go in here. Let me go back into CoinMarketCap, and when I go into Bitcoin, I click the Bitcoin trade here. So when I go into Bitcoin and then I go to click Bitcoin. Okay, I wanted to see how the performance has been over the last 7 days, so maybe I'm clicking the wrong thing. I always forget what I have to click here. Okay, so this is something we can look at over the last 7 days. So you can say, oh my god, EOS, it's sold off. It's down 7% in the last 24 hours, right? Well, one thing you got to take in consideration is the fact that EOS has been on fire for a very long time. So as you see here, this is really good gauge. You can look at how the crypto has performed in the last hour, 24, and then 7 days. So as you look at here, in the top 8 names, in the last 7 days, EOS has been on fire. So up 64% and now selling off 7%. It's not really selling off, right? It's just selling off a little bit from the highs. Then we have Bitcoin up 4.4. We can talk about Bitcoin underperforming the market. That Bitcoin dominance is about 36.5%, so it has underperformed the market. Ripple down about 3% here over the last 7 days. So as we continue to see the whole market cap move up, Ripple's not moving up with it. Cardano has been really good. Stellar has been good. If we just go through some names here, Icon has been very strong. Icon, I feel, is really strong. Populous always feels like strong. I don't know what this one is. Antenity. I'm not sure what that one is. Okay, so now I want to kind of go and look at the triple confirmation system. The first thing I want to actually look at is Bitcoin on the daily. I like this huge blue blob on my chart, on my monitor. I can't get rid of it. I have no idea. So trading view. So that's why I'm over a little bit to the right. Okay, I look at BTC. And I first want to look at the daily chart. So we continue to look at multiple time frame analysis. You know, Bitcoin trades best on a 15-minute bar. It probably set up a 15-minute long. We're going to look at that real quick. Okay, so here's Bitcoin. This is on the 30-minute bar. I can change the time frame to a daily. Okay, so let's change it to a daily. So, you know, we've been talking about this for a while, you know, possible double bottom here on the monthly chart on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on the monthly chart, you know, I accurately predicted this. I thought that we were going to break the lows of 7,800. That was massive support. And then I thought we would not get to 5,700 and then we would reverse. So possible triple bottom here you see, guys, on the monthly chart. I think this could be the low of the year. So if you're looking to do a longer term trade of Bitcoin and you like using stop losses, you know, you can buy Bitcoin anywhere, I think. 9,300, your stop loss would be 5,300, and this would be a trade until the end of the year. I don't think it will take out 5,700. I think the low of the year is in. You know, you could be in this trade for, you know, you're targeting 13,300. You could be in this trade for a year, you know. It's like trading Forex sometimes. You're in the trade for so long. So a longer term trade, I think buying Bitcoin here at 9,300 with a stop loss of 5,300. So if you're risking 4,000, you want to get at least 4,000 to the upside. I think is a good reward to risk setup. I don't see why. I don't think it does take out 5,700 this year. And if it does take out 5,700 this year, you know, it's going to be in a lot of trouble. Okay. So this is kind of how I look at it here. You know, it could, you know, so I don't think it'll take out 5,700. So longer term trade here in Bitcoin. Then we move up Bitcoin to the weekly chart. Weekly chart, you know, let's back it out a little bit. You know, we draw in a fib retracement here. Fibonacci extension. I thought I could put fibs in here. I don't see it. Oh, they might be right here. So let's see where we are from high to low. So fib retracements. So if I put in the high and I put in the low, let's put the low at 5,700. They won't let me do it. They keep dropping me. Oh, here we go. So from high to low, from 20,000 to 5,700, we're hitting that 0.236 level. Where do we move from here? I think we do move higher from here. I think there's a lot more potential to the upside than there is to the downside. You know, when cryptos were selling off and AK was down a lot of money, I was not running for the hills. I was one of those people saying, I believe in it. We'll continue to run the room. We'll continue to send trade alerts. So the 50% retracement from high to low, it's basically 10,000. It's actually 5,700 and 20,000 is about 26,000. So about 13,000. So this is a good level of where I think we can get up to. So this would be an exact 50% retracement from high to low. So I am very bullish Bitcoin long term. Daily chart. Daily chart. You're going to remove the retracement. Okay. Daily chart here. Let me bring up the cloud. Bringing the cloud here on the upside. If I brought in my other indicator, which is the triple confirmation, that should have brought it in here. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah! Now he has two of them. So multiple time frame analysis here on the triple confirmation. We're getting a buy. It is breaking the cloud to the upside, but those time frames are wrong here. So there's actually not multiple time frame analysis here. So when I'm trading Bitcoin, I like to look at the 15-minute bar, and on the bottom I'll change my time frames to the 30, the 60, and the 120. And I will have a little bit of time to look at some other charts here. So 15-minute bar is actually under the cloud here, and let's look at the other time frames. I'm going to move this to the 30, move this to the 60, and then look at this on the 2-hour. So we see here, you know, under the cloud here on the 15-minute bar, So under the cloud here on the 15, under the cloud on the 30, 60 is neutral, and then the 120 is bullish. So we see here, we are under the cloud here on the 15. Even if we break to the cloud to the upside, it's not going to trigger a long. So will not trigger a long here on the 15. And I have a couple of minutes still left. I can go over some of the charts here on the 30-minute bar. So let me just kind of fly through these. So I'm looking at the 30 here, and then I'm going to change my multiple time frame analysis here on the bottom to the hourly, the 2-hour, and the 4-hour, 3-hour, sorry. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours on the triple confirmation setup. And the first one I'm going to look at is Ethereum. So Ethereum on a triple confirmation long. So I think Ethereum is good here, guys. You could buy Ethereum on the pullback to 684. 684, I would put a stop at 634. Let's see how low it got here. So I think this is good, guys. Ethereum on the 30-minute bar, 684, stop at 634, guys. So this is a triple confirmation setup in Ethereum, guys. I think this is good alongside. I'm going to look at a couple more charts here. Buy it at 684, okay? Stop loss is 634. Okay, we're on the triple confirmation long. We're bullish on the 30, the 60, the 120, and the 2 and the 3-hour bar. I put my stop way underneath, so I'll give it about 50 bucks. Risking 50 bucks to make 50 bucks. Ethereum long, guys. Ethereum long. And if there's not any more setups, I might send that out as a signal for today. Ripple USD. No. Ripple under the cloud here. Bearish on the 30, bearish on the 60, and neutral on bullish on the bearish on the 30, bearish on the 60, bullish on the 120, and bullish on the 240. So Ripple is not a setup. Bitcoin Cash under the cloud here, so underperforming. There's something going on with some website here, and with Bitcoin Cash and Roger Ver. So Bitcoin Cash, no setup. EOS. Let's see this one. It has been on fire. Is it retesting to the cloud? No. But if EOS breaks the cloud to the upside, I think it will re-trigger a buy. So if it breaks the cloud to the upside, I think it will re-trigger a buy here in EOS, guys. EOS under the cloud here on the 30, under the cloud here on the 60, above the cloud the 120 and the 240. 120 and 180 actually. So EOS is nothing. So the best setup we've seen so far as we go through the triple confirmation is in Ethereum, guys. Cardano under the cloud. Okay, so there's no setups here. If it breaks the cloud to the upside, it might trigger a buy with a stop loss under 30 cents. Litecoin. Ooh. Litecoin, cryptos. Litecoin under the cloud. If we're trading, guys, we shouldn't care what a crypto does. Okay? We should not care what the crypto does. Stellar under the cloud. Stellar could possibly break above the cloud and produce a buy. I don't like to take stop losses in coins that are under 50 cents. So Tron I'll skip over. We sent out a signal last week in NEO. That was a huge monster winner on the triple confirmation system. Here you go again in NEO, guys. NEO, a retest to the cloud here. So you could have bought it at 85.05 with about a $5 stop, risking 5 to make 5. You almost got 5 to the upside already. So you gotta, the thing about crypto is they trade 24/7. So that was a retest to the cloud and a breakout on the triple confirmation. You could have bought it there with a stop under 80. I still think NEO's on its long on the retest to the cloud. Let's look at Walton Coin. We can look at about 3 more here. So Walton Coin, I like it. I like Walton Coin, guys. I'm going to send Walton Coin out as a trade. 1570. Where's it now? 1650. 1650. I'm going to send Walton Coin out as a trade. So today's trade, guys, we're going to start giving you these for free. Buy Walton Coin at 1650. Stop loss. Stop loss will be at 1490, and then target will be 1810. So here's your crypto trade for the day, guys. Buy Walton Coin at 1650. Okay, this is the triple confirmation here, and then after this I have to go. So you're going to buy Walton Coin on the breakout to the upside at 1650. Okay, stop loss, I like to give it a little bit more space. I don't want to have a stop loss under this. So I said 15 bucks. I want to put it right under 15 bucks. So I've said 14.90. If I'm risking $1.60, I want to potentially make $1.60. So my target here is going to be 1810. Should be 1810. So 1810, which is above recent highs. So Walton Coin, triple confirmation setup here in Walton Coin. So that's today's trade. You're going to get one trade every single day, or one trade a week from each of our moderators, guys. So look forward to that. We'll send an email about that will be included in your membership. So that's your Bitcoin and crypto news, guys. Sorry about my problem with my screen. I'm going to pass it over to Brian. He'll be taking his inaugural debut today. He should be here in a second. All right, thanks, everybody.